June 24th of 2025, in the Moscow airport of Sheremetyevo, an unthinkable act would be committed. A 31-year-old Belarusian man named Vladimir Vitkov was caught on camera violently slamming a toddler to the floor with no mercy. 2-year-old Yazdan and his pregnant mother were escaping the violence of war. They never expected violence to find them again, least of all in an airport. Vladimir Vitkov worked at a nuclear power plant in Cairo, Egypt, and he wasn't just another cog in the machine. He held the position of foreman. However, Vladimir would be fired for a failed drug test at a work site and dismissed altogether. Something to note is that Vladimir's closest friends would point out that he had a drug and alcohol problem, and this problem of his would manifest in the worst ways. Since Vladimir was a Belarusian national, he decided to head on home from Cairo, Egypt to his home country of Belarus. He was supposed to go home after arriving in a Moscow airport and board the flight home. However, someone would catch Vladimir's eye. Someone he decided he didn't want to see anymore. It's late in the evening of June 24th, and Vladimir Vitkov has just set his sights on a 2-year-old Yazdan. Yazdan's mother, Hajisada Sahar, has just left to find a stroller so little Yazdan would not have to stand anymore while waiting for their next flight. Hajisada cannot lift up little Yazdan as she is expecting to be delivering her second child any day soon. The moment she looks away, a grown man is seen approaching little Yazdan. And then, he violently grabs Yazdan, raises him as high as he can in the air, and with all his might slams him headfirst on the floor. By the time Hajisada has even begun to process what's just happened, Vladimir is seen walking toward the child again. But this time, another man there fends him off and rushes towards the child before Vladimir can close the distance. Vladimir then pretends to have slipped and fallen as if trying to convince everyone there he accidentally bumped into Yazdan. And then he runs away, realizing he's not fooling anyone. Vladimir's attempt at running is futile and is quickly taken in for interrogation. During the interrogation, he is asked what in the world could have possibly made him do this. And this was his response.
Вам известно, за что вы задержаны?
Да, мне известно.
Поясните об обстоятельствах совершения вами преступления.
Да, мне понятно.
Что вы совершили? Поясните.
Совершил покушение на убийство.
2-year-old Yazdan Sahar was undergoing life-saving care in a nearby hospital. Doctors worked diligently and slowly in order to ensure no further complications arose. And after hours of intensive care, it's found that Yazdan's brain is completely unharmed, despite the physical trauma he received from the slamming. That being said, Yazdan is still suffering with fractured skull bones and a fracture of the base and vault of the skull, as well as a subdural hematoma. Despite this, he will survive, and doctors cannot comprehend how he is still alive. One physician is quoted saying, "God simply saved the boy. In any other situation, a slightly different tilt to the head, and he, of course, would not have survived." Yazdan Sahar is safe and reunited with his mother Hajisada, and will hopefully learn from this experience and be more cautious of their surroundings. By the merciful grace of God, Yazdan will live to see another day. As for Vladimir Vitkov, he is being charged with attempting to end a child's life. Everyone in Russia is outraged by this event and are calling for the maximum sentence to be given. God willing, he will never see the light of day again. Hey guys, it's me again. It's been a long time, I know. I mean, to all my 27 subscribers at the time of recording this, it has been a long minute. But please don't think for a second I'm doing nothing or I'm just trying to pass the time and being lazy or whatever. I've had to learn a lot regarding Unreal Engine, and I also got a new computer, so I had to swap out all kinds of information from my old computer to my new one. It has been a process, a big learning process, especially with Unreal Engine and whatnot. But like I said, I'm not being lazy. I'm trying to make better content, so hopefully you guys can, come back and don't feel like it's a chore to come and watch my content. I hope you guys enjoy the effort I'm putting into this. I know I'm enjoying the process, even though let me tell you, it is a learning process. But like I said, I love what I'm doing, and I hope you guys like the videos. I'm really going to try and be more consistent, especially now that I've got the basics down of this whole thing, the whole Unreal Engine thing. So I hope you're looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.